Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome you to another League of Legends video. In this video, I will be going over Braum once again, this time of course playing him as support, the role that he is intended for. And I will dive a bit deeper into all of his skills so you guys have a better idea, not just what they do, but how much damage, how much armor, and how much negation they can really do. So first, let me start off with saying that I like him in the support lane a lot more than I like him in the middle lane for obvious reasons. I mean, he is built as a support champion. And as kind of a TLDR, he is extremely monstrous as a support down bottom. He's even more monstrous and tanky than Leona. To me, this champion is a definition of what it means to have a meat shield that is in front of your squishies, taking all of the damage for them. Overall, I gotta admit, I was very pleased with his ability to support and just absorb so much damage while keeping his ADCs and other squishy champions alive. So I think you support players should be very excited. So let's first talk about his passive. His passive is one of the best things that he brings to the table. And what it is the mark you see right under the enemy Braum. Once all 4 stacks are applied, the enemy champion will take bonus magic damage and also get stunned. Braum's Q can also apply a stack of the passive. And what makes it really good is that after the first stack is applied by yourself, the Braum player, your allies can also apply the remaining stacks with their own auto attacks. This passive is extremely strong in the laning phase, not only for the CC, which is the stun, but 8 seconds after the passive 4 stacks have been procced and the target has been stunned, the target will take additional magic damage per auto attack that you do, which overall just results in a whole lot of extra damage. Next, we have Braum's Q. This is that big icicle you saw me throw out earlier in this video. A pretty decent spell, primarily used of course for the slow effect and to apply a passive stack. Even though this ability does deal magic damage, it scales off of Braum's maximum HP, which means about mid to late game this ability will actually start doing pretty good damage. The only problem I have with this skill, and I guess it kinda makes sense that it works this way, is that it only hits the first target. There is 0 AoE on this ability. Personally, I thought it can hit the first target, apply the slow, apply the passive stack, and then at least just deal the damage in a small AoE area around that initial target being hit. Overall though, this ability is still pretty good. The amount of slow that it provides is ridiculously good, making it pretty easy to stick on a target consistently. Unless of course you're really bad at landing this Q. Overall, a decent spell, but not his best. Before I dive into his W, check out this clip. I think this really showcases just how annoying and how monstrously tanky he can be in the laning phase. Next, of course, you have his W. This is a pretty good ability because it gives him some much needed mobility. You can cast it either on ally minions or champions, or you can even self-cast it. This ability is probably best used when you combine it with his E, the big shield. Overall, what it does is that it grants yourself and the ally or minion you use it on bonus MR and armor, which is perfect for his kit because he's all about protecting a high priority target, so your ADC, your AP mid, or any other high priority squishy target that you may have. It works a lot like Lee Sin's W, but you cannot use it on wards. Overall, the amount of MR and armor granted from this ability is pretty decent. It definitely makes it a lot harder to kill yourself and the target you use it on, making it very annoying for the enemy team. A very nice ability that synergizes well with his kit. But now let's talk about his E. This is easily the most defining spell he has and probably one of the best ones as well. He pretty much raises his shield, which first of all looks awesome. He will block the first attack or skill shot that comes at him, reducing its damage by 100%. And any subsequent attacks or skills coming through to him get reduced heavily. The cooldown on this ability is of course somewhat long, but it makes perfect sense because this ability is just simply amazing. I honestly think the use of this ability will define a good Braum player from an amazing one. One interesting thing about this ability is that it does not stop CC effects. Like this clip for example, the Ash arrow came in, I used my shield, completely blocked the damage, but I still get CC'd by the arrow. Which is a very important thing to keep in mind. It does not block CC, just the damage. However, something like a Lux Bind will not go through Braum and will only snare him and no one behind him. The last point that I want to mention about this ability, something that I'm honestly surprised that it does, is he gets 10% bonus move speed rather than reduced, making this ability even better. And the last ability to go through is of course his ultimate, Glacial Fissure. Another great ability in his kit, giving him some much needed AoE CC and slow. It will knock up the first target that is hit by the ultimate. It will deal the damage in an AoE area around Braum's initial cast location on top of the line in front of him like you saw on the Twisted Fate. The range on this ability is 1250, making it actually pretty decent. The damage isn't anything amazingly high, but it is more than enough to actually do something rather than just being used for the CC or slow effect. But speaking of slows, after you use this ability, it will also remain on the ground for 4 seconds, slowing any enemy champions around it for 60%, which can definitely bring up some very strategic plays. There's one more funny thing that I want to show you guys that I found out while playing Braum. Whenever you back to base, Braum seems to kind of jump into the fountain area, which is definitely a pretty cool thing. However, while you are in your backing animation and if you do get hit, it seems to trigger that animation and he just simply does it right there on the spot, which looks kind of funny. But that is about it for this video, guys. I hope you have a better understanding of how Braum really looks like now as a support champion rather than my earlier video in the middle lane. Personally, like I said earlier, I am very surprised and also pleased by the amount of pressure and tankiness that he can really provide within the lane and just overall in the game. I think he's easily a must buy for anyone that plays support or even wants to try him out because he is just amazing. Overall, I think his kit is very well made and I'm very pleased to see another champion utilizing the wall effect like Yasuo. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please throw in a like if you did enjoy it, and also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter pages, and my stream down below in the description. The links are right there. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Peace!